So you want to make it known he did get rid of this. He wanted to. So I guess I'm not sure if that means that he disagrees with it now, or that he just didn't want to. You have it be a lightning rod for hate.
Oh,
so
well, you know, Tonald. He always ends up disagreeing with something he said.
So let's be nice, all right?
10 minutes. It's a lot shorter than I thought.
Treat our Lord Tonald with respect. And yeah, so the way this will work is that me, Rags, and Wolf will just enjoy the argumentation, while Apperbend is going to be our fact checker.
Okay.
It's going to be wonderfully interesting.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go, guys. Tonald low.
Yeah, we're prepared now.
After the mixed reactions of DMC in 2013, Devil May Cry is back with its 5th mainline entry, releasing on the 8th of March. I've had a chance to beat the game this past week, and this is my review.
He's randomly. I'm sorry, this means a lot to me because I do this in the April Fool's video. 3 times.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's April Fool.
Oh yes, it's coming, and I just it just the cut to just a clip of the game. It's always so like what? Oh, okay.
It's always so like dramatic
just
too.
boom.
Like you're not expecting it.
Just boom.
so let's say spoiler. I'm so sorry.
What was? Yeah. Hold up. Zoom in. Is that auto mode that I saw right there on the top right?
You need to. You need to put that in your pocket, Apperbend. You're gonna need that in a moment, okay?
I've had a chance to beat the game this past week, and this is my review.
Hold on. Before we go on further, I've never played Devil May Cry, so I know nothing about it. What is auto mode?
Alright, so in Devil May Cry, there are 2 difficulties. There's the human mode, there's the Devil Hunter mode. Now, you can have an assist mode where you can just basically press one button and it will do the combos for you, whereas in the game, normally you have to pull off a combination of buttons to do itself. So assist mode is basically just one button press.
So, hold on. It's literally just taking the combos and making it, oh, you don't have to do the combos. The game just does it for you. That's retarded.
As a lot of people refer to it, it's journalist mode.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, you know, it might change your experience.
The campaign, the cheese, the blood.
Wait, why is it?
Spoiler free. Oh.
A great and terrible
Devil
franchise.
May Cry is a franchise that was initially
written by Tonald, twitter.com/downward thrust.
Come on,
guys, make sure you follow.
Tone. Written by Tonald. He's fucking huffing his farts with this shit.
Such an awesome name, though.
Just accept that your name is Tonald from now on. Come on, you can do it.
I'm waiting for that to pop up in a top comment on one of his videos. I really want someone to say like, "Hey, Tonald, love the video. Really appreciate your work." And just for him to
want him to. Yeah, for him to like press the love button on it.
Devil May Cry is a franchise that was initially supposed to be Resident Evil 4, a game that came out nearly 15 years ago, but somewhere in development, it took a life of its own. It became one of Capcom's most adored and quirky franchises. In Devil May Cry 5, players control a cast of 3 characters: Nero from Devil May Cry 4, V, a new character, and of course, series veteran Dante. Devil May Cry has always been well known for its over-the-top gameplay, cringy one-liners in a good way, and its extremely detailed hair.
Who brought the marshmallows? Because I'm bringing the fire.
5 is no exception, throwing us into a story of familiar demon hunting beset by non-stop action, cutscenes, and extremely linear story sections.
Tonald.
That's a really weird, really
his editing is so
abrupt
strange.
cut. Really abrupt cut. I'm still triggered with the auto.
What'd you say, Rex?
Has he never watched a video himself?
I don't think he's seen it.
Like, he doesn't know what they are? He's just like an alien pretending to make a human video or something?
So it's kind of like Tommy Wiseau. It's a movie that, you know, it seems like it's made by someone that isn't human, but has a vague understanding of what a movie is supposed to be.
Yeah. Something like that.
I just love the random intercuts. Who, I think, I could have sworn it might have been Joseph Anderson. I'm not sure who it was I watched who started doing intercutting of, like, clips. And then they stopped doing it because they realized it was dumb. There was a creator I was following who was doing it, and I just remember it just like makes me laugh that Tonald just decided to commit, and he's doing it even more.
Beset by non-stop action, cutscenes, and extremely linear story sections.
I don't know what that gameplay is supposed to highlight.
You know what? Hold on. He said story
videos.
Sections.
We need to listen.
Story sections and then went on to show just random gameplay that has no story in it at all.
We got to break down the sentences because Tonald is special in this way. I need to listen to this, because I'm wondering if that clip was for evidence.
Demon hunting beset by non-stop action, cutscenes, and extremely linear story sections.
Non-stop action, cutscenes, and extremely... Is that supposed to be action cutscenes, or are they separations? Is he supposed to be...
There are
never really know.
There are separations. There are no action cutscenes or quick time events.
But what if he means action cutscene by a cutscene where action takes place?
There are actions in the cutscenes, but you know what I mean,
right? Like there's just a battle in a cutscene.
Well, there is, but there isn't an action that you as a player do in the cutscene.
This is Tonald Loke. Like, just listen to the way he delivers the sentence, and we can figure this out. I'm sure we can crack this.
Yes. Throwing us into a story of familiar demon hunting beset by non-stop action, cutscenes, and extremely linear story sections.
How bizarre of a statement that is.
Wait. Non-stop action cutscenes in extremely linear fashion.
Do you know what I mean?
Non-stop action cutscenes.
My brain's turning to spaghetti trying to figure this sentence out. What have you guys got?
Frags. Action cutscene.
I mean, it's the same thing he does in all of his videos and in that little tirade that we read earlier. He doesn't understand English the way that anyone else understands it.
But then also why did he play a cutscene here as well? Why did he go with gameplay? What did everybody say?
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. It's like he doesn't understand how to speak in any cogent way.
Sorry, I'm actually invested in understanding this.
Hunting beset by non-stop action, cutscenes, and extremely linear.
So it's supposed to be non-stop action, cutscenes, and extreme blah 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 blah. That's what the sentence is supposed to be, but he's delivered it in such a bizarre way. This is classic Tonald. I get it now.
Alright.
He always tricks me with this stuff. He keeps me on my toes.
Near story sections.
I'm still triggered with the automotive.
The noise changes are weird. The noise changes. It's like I'm just talking and then what? Okay, all right. That's gameplay. I can hear it now. Tell me about it.
Oh, Baller, is there an option to play this video on 0.5 speed so that I can?
Probably, yeah.
Oh yes, there is.
We'll play it at 0.75, I guess. I don't want to go too far. I don't know how this does for syncing issues. This will be interesting.
The format here is
Wait, put it at 0.5 now. Let's see.
Okay.
Fuck.
Here's pretty simple. Players follow.
He sounds like he's got autism.
He sounds sleepy Tonald.
The format here is pretty simple. Players follow and complete 15 to 20 minute missions with high quality cutscenes provided before and after, each with a boss battle upon the finale.
Okay, roll back.
Complete with the boss battle. Alright, let's listen to what he was actually saying.
Boss battle upon the finale. Rinse and repeat. The best part about Devil May...
Roll back way before that. Okay.
The format here is pretty simple. Players follow and complete 15 to 20 minute missions with high quality cutscenes provided before and after, each with a boss battle upon the finale. Rinse and repeat. The best part about Devil May Cry 5 that will go a long way to make fans happy is that it never takes itself too seriously. Often dialogue is extremely cheesy, overly confident, or just...
Do you hear that? He's supposed to say, often dialogue can be, but he said, often dialogue can be very... it's a running sentence. It's like a power he has. It's amazing.
Yeah, the way he emphasizes words is just...
Yeah, he just fucks it up.
Tonal superpower is the lack of grammar in his sentences.
No, seriously.
Tonal Look is the Pablo Picasso of oratory.
Yes. Yes to all of that.
A long way to make fans happy is that it never takes itself too seriously. Often dialogue is extremely cheesy, overly confident, or just plain weird.
Cool trick! Hey!
How is that ironic?
The ironic...
Why is Kylo Ren in this movie?
Yeah, that's him.
Cutscenes
Wait, that's
and all
that's actually him?
No,
No,
like,
no,
it's
no,
the
that's
meme,
not.
though.
No, that's not Adam
Adam
Driver,
Driver.
but people call him.
Okay.
Devil May
Ren.
Cry 5's story is
okay.
incredibly fun to watch play out in the game's various cutscenes and all.
It's incredibly fun to watch play out. And see that? He fucked it up because he's reading his own work and he thinks it's incredibly fun to watch. Okay. So he reads that.
Let's watch that in half speed again, because that needs a slow motion.
You can't do this to poor Tonal.
No, not that part.
Just let it play.
Cool trick! Hey! Do you do parties?
Wow,
The
Nero sounds more
ironic part
enthusiastic in half speed.
Is it actually
Yes,
works?
I do, as a matter of fact.
Devil
Here are my
May
rates.
Cry
You can check them
5's
on my
story is incredibly fun to watch
Oh god.
Incredibly fun to watch play out.
play out.
Devil May Cry
Is it
5.
actually works? Devil May Cry
just works.
5's story is incredibly fun to watch play out in the game's various cutscenes and all the characters.
Play out in the very that inflection upwards that he takes.
Well,
When he
I
says
mean,
play
it
out.
is actually a superpower. He nails it.
Oh my god.
His voice
Tonal
is like a
down.
roller coaster.
Slow old Loke.
Downward syndrome right here.
I will put him back to normal speed. Don't worry, Tonal. We got you back, buddy.
The ironic part is it actually works. Devil May Cry 5's story is incredibly fun to watch play out in the game's various cutscenes, and all the characters are extremely well done, especially Nico, this lunatic, hillbilly sidekick who drives this bus. She's absolutely hilarious.
Excuse me, psychic? That ain't right. Psychic. I don't recall Nico being a psychic. A scientist, yes, but a psychic.
Right. Can we get that line in slow motion?
Yes. Yes, please.
All in slow motion.
Yeah. That line, just especially with the long pregnant pauses, would be perfect.
Oh, sidekick. My bad. I misheard.
Story is incredibly fun to watch play out in the game's various cutscenes, and all the characters are extremely well done, especially Nico, this lunatic,
Especially Nico.
hillbilly sidekick who drives this bus. She's absolutely hilarious.
It sounds like.
He's so much more entertaining in slow motion.
I kind of want to keep it for a second. This is-
The narrative arc to Devil May Cry 5.
He almost sounded excited there.
yeah, he like went up. He went up. He was into this.
You want up?
The narrative arc to Devil
Oh my
May
God,
Cry
he sounds
5
like Brett
is
Keane.
pretty solid. Moves forward at a good pace, and the missions are what you'd expect from the franchise. They're
No, it's resyncing.
Whoa. Okay, can you roll back for a bit?
It's a little hard for me to with it when he's talking slow. It's kind of hard for me to stick with the whole thought because it takes so long to get through it.
I understand. We'll go back to normal.
They're short, they're action-packed, and there's even a seamless co-op option for those connected to the internet during
For those connected to the internet.
certain missions. Though I was playing on a review copy,
Have you
so I
guys
didn't
heard
get
of the
chance-
internet?
He's playing a review copy?
Have y'all heard of the internet?
Nice one, Tonal. He gets review copies. Good stuff.
There's even a
Good
seamless
for you.
co-op option for those connected to the internet during certain missions. Though I was playing on a review copy, so I didn't get the chance to experience this.
Wait. Can you roll back for a bit? What did he say? A seamless co-op? Did he just say a seamless co-op?
He said a seamless co-op option. I'm assuming he means that you can drop in, drop out, or something.
There isn't a way for you. Well, there is a way for you to notice other player, but there isn't a way for you to literally play the game and beat the monsters together.
It's co-op.
It's co-op in the same way you invading someone's Twitch is co-op.
Wait, the player. What is the co-op exactly then?
Okay, so let me explain you. So you see Nero, the main character, he's playing right there. So usually in that area where you see the containers, that's where the other character V is playing when the other player pops in. So when you were crushing monsters here, where the other character V that was played by another player, he will pop in right on the container area. So
there's
essentially,
no interaction between players?
No, there's no interaction between player.
Oh, they're just like in the background also fighting.
Yeah, they're just in the background fighting.
Do they earn anything, or do they help out the other player in any way? Do they get him things, or?
There is one mission, but not all missions have co-op.
So there is some co-op in some way, right?
Some level in co-op, but not in all missions.
Well, if I was playing a co-op, if I was reviewing a co-op game, and it said, "Hey, we have co-op," but you don't actually cooperate with the other players, I would I'd make a pretty big note of that.
Wait, I thought you said that there was like, is there any time where you can fight alongside a player against them?
Yes, but not all of them, not all the time.
Mm-hmm. In fairness, as long as he didn't say all missions or anything, that would still mean he's accurate, I think.
Expect from the franchise. They're fun, they're short, they're action-packed, and there's even a seamless co-op option for those connected to the internet during certain missions.
I think that deserves some qualification, because when people say seamless co-op, all right, I'll play with my friends.
He did say during certain missions, but it's weird that, yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't talk a bit more about that. I guess it's because he said he didn't get to play it, so.
Yeah, it needs to be clarified, because the co-op in Devil May Cry 5 is very loose. It's very loosely defined.
So I was
2 missions have co-op apparently. Okay.
Playing on a review copy, so I didn't get the chance to experience this very much.
Though
I had a great time for the most part with the campaign. Devil May Cry 5 does something.
Why even have it?
Well, like co-op in general, if it's only 2 missions.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like co-op. The co-op is very loosely defined.
Oh, right. So
like,
telling someone it's co-op is like you really need to say more, because that's not really a great amount of information.
Yeah, 2 out of 20 missions are co-op.
Yeah, 2 out of 20 is not really co-op. Very difficult to notice.
I agree with that statement.
Great time for the most part with the campaign. Devil May Cry 5 does something I don't like, particularly in games, which is interrupt you quite a bit during gameplay, especially within the first few hours.
Trying to stop me. Whatever shall I do?
Oh, he's annoyed that
it's just a key hunting mission. Oh, it's just a key hunting mission. Like you've seen that in a lot of ways. The level design of Devil May Cry.
Oh wait,
Devil May Cry 5 is very much like in that it's just key hunting and then fighting monsters and then that's it.
Okay, yeah, I was just gonna say, let's see how he qualifies it. I think he's about to.
Yeah. The game just loves to pause itself and throw up a tutorial box with every opportunity it gets, be it introducing a new mechanic, a new item.
Why would you not want a tool tip when you get a new mechanic?
I would like that, please. That's good. How can he bitch about too many tool tips and he's playing on auto mode?
Roll back for a bit. I'm missing a lot of context there.
Loves to pause itself and throw up a tutorial box with every opportunity it gets, be it introducing a new mechanic, a new item, a new ability, a new system.
I don't know why you wouldn't want that for a new item, a new ability, a new system.
That's fine. Why? Okay, it annoyed you, but I would be glad.
Off, and you can skip. Apparently, you can skip. Someone said you can skip all of that. I don't know if they mean the video and the cutscene and the tooltip.
You can skip like the cutscene where you see if you're back, there's like something that's blocking off the way. You can skip that cutscene.
Someone brought up a good point. Did he just say that a non-stop action game interrupts him?
I think he did say it's the part he doesn't like, so
You can't call it non-stop action then.
I just want to know, why is he complaining about tutorials when he has easy mode turned on that does the work for him?
He's playing easy mode. He doesn't play easy mode early on in the game. He plays auto mode like late when he's playing as Dante. He's playing auto because he couldn't figure out the combos.
You can tell when he turned on auto. That's interesting.
Yeah, I can tell where he turned on auto.
Unless not all of this is his gameplay.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that's actually possible with good old Tonald.
System you can interact with. It even pauses the game after most fights, or when you interact with certain terrain features via kind of a segue transition cutscene, showing you that the area is now clear and directing you which way to go.
You can skip that.
You can skip it?
Yeah, you can skip that.
Yeah, then I don't know.
He says that's kind of strange. This isn't new.
Okay. Yeah, keep playing. Keep playing.
This is something that increasingly got on my nerves as time.
Increasingly?
Increasingly.
Well, hold up.
Arguably, increasingly.
Tax return.
Really got on my nerves as time went on. Thankfully, though, you can skip past them.
Excuse me, did he say thankfully you can skip that?
He actually acknowledges you can skip past them. What's the problem? Is it the fact that they exist?
That increase.
Like, this is in review. This is what I would call like a token, like, point against it. Like, if you never say anything bad, like, you have to. It almost feels like, well, I got to say something bad about it.
Oh,
so
I'm
I'll
pretty
put
sure
this
he is going to say mean things about this game.
inconsequential, tiny little thing.
Don't you mean
why bring it up?
Kitten?
It's like, it annoys me, but I can skip them whenever I want. I'm like, okay, good to know, I guess.
Is he gonna? Okay. Let's see if he qualifies the fact that it's skippable.
Time went on.
Like it's a good.
Thankfully, though, you can skip past them. But considering the player doesn't know if the interruption is one of these segue moments or an actual cutscene, it's often dangerous to skip them because you don't want to skip out on stuff.
Oh, so he's saying that you don't
skip content.
You don't want to skip them in case the cutscenes. Is that his point?
He's saying don't skip cutscenes because they might have important information. It's like, no fucking shit.
Well, so the ones that's like, hey, player, go over here next. He's saying he wants to be able to skip those ones, and he can, but he needs to make sure first that they're not important. So, do you know what I mean? His complaint.
Yeah, I know what he's saying. Yeah, it's like, don't skip cutscenes, or you will miss the relevant information contained within the cutscene.
My advice to him would be...
But those cutscenes interrupt the gameplay.
The second you feel the game's wasting your time, skip the cutscene. If you feel it's actually new information, don't skip it. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I've never actually heard an argument against having choice. It's very strange. The game's like, do whatever you want, and he's like, no.
I usually don't skip a cutscene unless I've played the game to death already, and I'm just playing it like for fun, like mindlessly. Otherwise, like I kind of want to like listen to the story.
Well, this is a really pointless point in general.
It doesn't look like these things take up much time.
Yeah. Pointless point. What a redundancy.
The ones he's complaining about seem to be like between 3 and 5 seconds at most. Like it's not that bad.
Stuff that's important to the
but you
story.
Can still skip them. Oh, okay. I guess we're done with that.
The gameplay, the upgrades, the good and bad.
Wait, sorry.
Wait, what was the first part talking again?
All right, we were on 324. Let's remember that. And I want to know what the first part was talking about.
All right.
Oh fuck. Where was it? 30 seconds in, something like that.
The campaign, the cheese,
the blood.
What's the blood?
He didn't talk about the blood.
I don't remember him talking about the blood.
I don't remember talking
about the campaign, the cheese, the blood.
Exactly.
What a strange way to separate your parts. The campaign, cheese, blood. Okay. Part 2. Whatever the fuck that was. The good, bad, gameplay, combat.
What exactly did he say about the campaign other than it was...
It was quirky?
No, he said there were 15 levels that were about 20 minutes. And they have he didn't even say how long. Well, 15 missions, about 20 minutes each, with a boss at the end.
I was let down. He didn't even talk about real cheese.
All
right,
Unlockable gorgonzola can be found on every map.
let's have a look at this. So gameplay upgrades, the good and bad. So the good and bad of those things, or the good and bad of the whole thing?
The good and bad. Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Why was this split
Like
into parts exactly?
Maybe sections.
Fucking music, dude.
Devil May Cry 5 is almost exclusively a linear experience, and that's not a bad thing. And players should expect no freedom at all during playthroughs.
Players should expect no freedom at all during playthroughs. Is that a fair statement?
I'm sorry. I need to roll back, because that auto mode is. I'm still triggered by the auto mode.
How do you? Oh, it has auto in the top right.
Oh yeah, I was just interested by the fact that Ababen could tell where in the game he was at the time, sort of thing, so you can figure out how much he's using it.
It's very easy. In the first half, you play as Nero. In the second half, you play as Dante. He's playing as Dante now.
Oh, so he... Oh, okay. We can figure out a timeline.
Yeah.
I feel like he must have gotten some of the non-auto gameplay from somewhere else, at least. Because why would he just put it on auto later? Wouldn't he have enough time to get a handle of the controls?
It's because Dante's gameplay is a lot harder than Nero. Dante used a lot of weapons, and he has like 4 stands, if you can see on the top left of it. He has 4 different sorts of modes. You can say the gunslinger, etc., etc. Well, let's just say that, to put it simply, Dante's gameplay is a lot more complicating than Nero. That's why he put it on auto.
He just couldn't manage to make it...
He needs to get good.
He just couldn't get good, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't get good.
Wonderful.
But it says that he's a badass.
Badass.
Alright, let me draw it back a bit.
Into the story. Devil May Cry 5 is almost exclusively a linear experience, and that's not a bad thing. And players should expect no freedom at all during playthroughs. There's something exciting to me about playing a linear game these days, as everything today seems like it's been...
That fucking Paul. I know he was breathing, it's just funny. He's like...
Sigh.
No freedom at all during playthroughs. There's something exciting to me about playing a linear game these days, as everything today seems like it's been converted to an open world.
He was sighing. Oh.
You see, Tonald, this is when you redo the
You redo the... Yeah, he's halfway through the line. Like, you can't just...
Like, that's when you'd be like, all right, I gotta dial it back, and then you gotta take a deep breath before you go into the line, and then you do the line again.
Yeah, just a couple sentences at a time.
Or at the very least, if you're too lazy to do that, just snip out the breath part. You couldn't do that either?
Well, this is the thing. If he had actually...
Good example.
I think that's what he usually... Well, he might usually do that. So if he had cut the breath out, it would have been a really awkward... Like, hang on. If we can get it played again. Let's fucking stop lagging. Already played for you guys, isn't it?
About playing a linear game these days, as everything today seems like...
So it would have been like... Because everything today would have been... That's what it would have sounded like if he'd cut the breath. So leaving it in actually makes the sentence understandable from our perspective, because we're like, oh, he took a breath and then he fucked up the pronunciation. What he should have done...
I think it would have sounded fine without the breath.
Well, it would have...
Oh wait, never mind. He uses auto in earlier parts.
Oh boy.
So
yeah, because here he is.
Can you plot it? Is it like 30% into the game he does it, or?
That's very early. That's very early in the game. Oof.
Because I'd be like, do you want to turn auto mode on? I'm like, of course not. The whole point is for me to play the game.
Well, do we remember what Tonald's Steam ID was?
Why?
I want to see his achievements.
Well, I want to see if he's actually played the game at all.
He must have privated it by now, because he can't let that shit get out, you know?
That or maybe he's playing in consoles. Could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if he's playing on the consoles, we could find like his PSN ID or Xbox ID or whatever.
I think we'd have to get someone who knows all that stuff. I don't think he's stupid enough to do that ever again. The whole not actually play a game thing.
I don't know,
because
I mean, the fact that he did it once kind of shows that he's not against not playing a game and then making a review on it.
I love how that's the
I
guy.
would never dream of doing something like that.
That's the guy who complains about getting hate. The guy who literally lies about fucking stuff he's reviewing. Like, come on. I mean, what am I?
Come on, hate mongers of the Toxic Brood, find his Steam account.
As everything today seems like it's been converted to an open world template, but not here. Devil May Cry 5's levels are to the point, easy to navigate, painless. When you're not
painless.
Bombarded by interruptions.
Like you are in open world games. Come on.
Getting bombarded by interruptions.
Wait, didn't he say that you kept getting interrupted in the campaign? By the cutscenes?
Well, he said bombarded by interruptions.
We said not. He's saying that you don't get bombarded by interruptions, as if to imply you do in open world games, because this is linear.
No, but he says you do.
Wait, let's.
No, here, let me roll it back. Let me scoot it back. Let me
dox him. That's not what I meant. Don't dox him.
Obviously not. Don't do that.
No, I mean, find his Steam. Don't find his address.
Template, but not here.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't care about his address. I don't want anything bad to happen to him, because then he would stop making videos, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, we need
because these are
more
funny
videos.
Here, Devil May Cry 5's levels are to the point, easy to navigate, painless.
Painless when you're not
getting bombarded by
interruptions. It's painless when you're not getting bombarded by interruptions. Like, it's painless when it's not.
Well, at least
that's what he's saying.
At least it's consistent with the previous comment about the interruption.
Time it's arenas for enemies that spawn in, or corridors and close quarters for navigation.
Someone called him Tauntaun.
What?
Ouch.
Someone called him Tauntaun.
Oh.
Ouch.
Slow Tauntaun.
That spawn in, or corridors and close quarters for navigation. The game does have some mild platforming and some traversal mechanics, but they are...
Did you just say traversal mechanics?
I'm fine with that.
Is traversal a word?
Yeah, traversal.
It is a word.
Yeah, doors are designed for the traversal through walls.
I don't think I've ever used that way, but okay.
Traversal, yeah.
Barely here. Personally, I'm under the school of thought that we should try to review and analyze games based off what they try to do and not what we want them to do. Thus, as someone who's not...
What they try to do, not
like
what they...
ever.
We should judge games based on what they try to do.
Should we do it in slow motion? Slow motion, 0.5 speed, come on.
Yeah.
But they're barely here. Personally, I'm under the school of thought that we should try to review and analyze games based off what they try to do and not what we want them to do.
Galaxy Brain.
Do you disagree with that?
I disagree with that. Absolutely, I disagree with that. You should judge a game off of what it does, not what it's trying to do. Like, well, it's trying to be good. Yeah, it's trying to be good, but it's not. It's trying to do this, yeah, and it fails.
Exactly. Like,
judge a game by what it tries to do, not what we want it to do.
Does that mean that the criteria changes based on what the game was trying to achieve in the first place? Like, that's how you judge it? Is that what he's saying? I don't fucking know. I'm curious.
I do want to see what he's about to say next.
Yeah, let's see if he qualifies.
It's based off what they try to do and not what we want them to do. Thus, as someone who's not familiar with past Devil May Cry games and expected larger levels...
Whoa. Wait. What did you expect on Devil May Cry? What did you actually expect on Devil May Cry? You expect it to be or something? If you're not familiar with entry... I'm confused. I'm really confused. Roll back.
Not familiar with past Devil May Cry games and expected larger levels and more freedom, more openness, I quickly...
You're not familiar with the previous Devil May Cry games, and yet you expected freedom and openness based on what?
I guess just games in general. I don't know what else you base that on.
Based on what? The Devil May Cry games have always been pretty linear. I don't...
Well, he said he didn't play any of them, man. So he's basing this off of something. I don't know what.
It's something.
I think
Yeah,
that's what he's gonna
something, I
say
guess.
though. Is he's like,
Larger
I
level.
had to change my mind on that quickly because I didn't want to judge it by what I wanted. I guess.
And more freedom, more openness, I quickly realized that Devil May Cry is all about two things: killing bad dudes.
Yeah,
and
how else are
watching
you gonna
quirky-
judge it like a freaking open game? It's a weird freaking point. Oh my god.
It is a bit of a strange point. But you gotta judge a thing by what it's trying to do, Appa. Jesus.
Cry is all about two things: killing bad dudes and watching quirky cutscenes, and that's how I'm gonna judge it. Combat in Devil May Cry 5 is an absolute blast.
Yeah, especially when you play on auto, it feels great.
Oh well.
Jeez.
I already know what he's one of his comments about this. So I'm waiting for you to enjoy it, Appa. It's coming. Oh, what is going on?
It's really cool. Really makes the flow of combat go effortless.
brutality.
It's a damn
Makes the flow of
It feels
combat
good
go
because you
up.
play on auto.
Shut up, dude. Auto's skilled in a way. Why can't it play on time? It keeps desyncing for me.
launching feels great, especially with Nero's ability to pull enemies to him. It's really cool. Really makes the flow of combat go effortless. It's a dance of brutality and it feels good. And the game ranks you for your havoc to groups of enemies
very
with his
forced accent there. What very just what a very strange inflection.
Yeah.
Absolute havoc.
Let me
Very
pull that
strange.
back a little bit. It's getting a bit laggy for me on my end.
He also has a great toolkit allowing him to wreak absolute havoc.
Oh god, that was weird.
That's
Yeah.
a very strange
Absolute
inflection.
Yeah.
havoc.
How can you say something that should be? I mean,
That's-
how do you say
shouldn't
that and
be in
feel
slow
so
motion?
bored?
He went to 0.5 speed naturally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolute havoc.
I'm gonna write
It's
it
like
out.
he's very tired when he's recording this.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
I'll know what that means. I'm gonna put dashes between it. But when I one day have to pronounce this, it'll make sense.
Slice
Havoc.
and
Havoc.
havoc.
Jeez.
To groups of enemies with his weapon swapping mechanic and raw DPS. It's very fun to play
Raw
too.
DPS.
Oh jeez, we're in a noisy cutscene. He's not got the balancing right for one. Like it's so jarring.
Yeah,
It's like, what the fuck?
level your audio, mate. Jesus.
Oh jeez.
V, on the other hand, I'm
It just
Kick
cuts
V.
back and he continues talking.
Kick me.
not
V.
so sure about. With V, it seems like it's all about mashing buttons, as you repeatedly have to slam buttons for your bird, cat, and big giant golem dude friend all at the same time, while locking on and while executing enemies with another.
Oh my god. Hold on. Pause it. Baowen, I know you're in the chat. You know what to do. You know what to do.
I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna zoom in and remove the controller away.
Draw bug-eyed Tonald for me, please.
Why is he wearing a hood?
What screen? What is
Look.
it frozen out for you guys? For me, it's funny as hell.
It looks like he's fapping with his controller.
He looks so angry. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Come on, Baowen, I know you can do it.
Oh my god, Tonald, what were you thinking? Human put
he's so-
self in
he's
video.
so-
Yes, human be more
Well,
human.
the problem is that for the whole video, he's dull and boring, and it's like he's half asleep and he doesn't give a shit. And then this comes out of nowhere.
I love that he makes that face even when he's playing on auto.
I'm pissed that I can't do more on auto.
Blessed Baowen, draw bug-eyed Tonald.
And he's wearing a hood. Why are you wearing a hood indoors
was
while
gonna
you're
say,
sitting down playing video games?
What is the
It's
request,
strange.
Wolf? Because is it based on the screen I've got right now, or is it something else?
Yeah, bug-eyed angry Tonald.
Getting a drink.
What should he be
Hold on.
holding? Do you want it to be a controller or something else?
Let's
These
pull
damn
it back just
cutscenes.
a little bit here.
Executing enemies with another.
Jeez. That should be in slow motion.
We're out of sync. You're gonna have to screenshot it if you want to send it to Baywin.
Okay, hold on.
No, I'm good.
Baywin's house is flooding. That sounds bad. Okay.
Oh, Cadby Gamer
Yeah,
just
I'm
highlighted that the controller he's holding is off. Is that true? The light looks like it's on there.
Why does he has a light on facing his face to the right?
Scroll back. I need to see that.
Do you want to do?
I need to see the controller
Oh, okay. We'll just
on slow motion too. That'll be good.
Fucking hell. Tonald, we're trying to see your controller. It looks like it's on.
Giant golem dude friend all at the same time, while locking on and while executing enemies with another.
I think it's off.
Yep, that's off.
It's kind of hard to tell. Would it be a blue light we should expect, right? Or is it a red
In
light?
fairness,
Yeah.
this looks more like a skit than an actual.
Oh no, I know. It's just fun.
I think it's a skit.
Yeah.
We know why
What
it's
is this
off.
light on the right hand side?
We know why it's off. It's a skit, but still.
Someone said
there's a dog-
Tonald is a
there's a dog
fake
behind
gamer
him.
girl confirmed.
Oh wait, so
There's a
Oh,
dog
no,
behind
dude.
him.
Wait, Tonald has to care for another living thing?
oh,
God. How are you, dog? It's
you
good.
can. By the way, you can turn it off if you're on the PS4 or dim the lights at least. Maybe we didn't actually notice.
oh, you know
I
what?
don't
There
think
you go. Maybe the controller was just
It's
dim.
dimmed. Yeah.
Tonald equals fake gamer grill.
Look at the poor keyboard on the left.
Why does he have a keyboard on the floor?
Who was that? Who's the dog in the background?
I don't know.
Do you mean the prisoner?
He's clearly holding a dog hostage in his
Ouch.
house.
Ouch.
This picture's kind of
dog.
funny that the screen I've got.
Poor dog.
He looks so lifeless. You're dead and lifeless.
Yeah, that looks like the face. That looks like his speaking face. Like whenever he talks to people. Or
the picture he has in a lot of his like thumbnails that he started doing. He stopped doing it, but he just has the weirdest fucking picture of himself.
Isn't it like almost exactly the picture that Baywin drew that I'm using right now?
I think that it might be. Let me have a look.
yeah, it's this weird smirky smile, neutral kind of expression.
It's like he
thing.
didn't decide what expression he wanted to show, so he just did all of them at once.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he stopped doing it. I'm gonna try and find an example.
Oh, while it's on my mind, actually, Jake Armorsmith, who did the picture from earlier, Discord me that picture with without the watermark on it. I really like it.
Yeah, I found it. There we go. This one, you can see it on my screen, but he took the weirdest photo of himself to put on a video. Yeah, if you can't see it, he's just like, and then you skip over to the next video called "The Industry is Divided." It's the same picture. It's like, why do you keep using that one?
Is that going to be like his thumbnail? Like template or something that his overlay that he always put on his videos is his fucking face.
I mean, he stopped
Gamers
using
aren't
it.
happy. Microsoft.
I think he stopped.
Gamers ain't happy. Microsoft. There should be a comma after happy.
I like that his chin just weirdly doesn't grow any hair on it, so it looks like
That is
some
odd.
horrible
That is
tumor
odd.
growing out of his face.
Racist. All right, so let's try and watch this sequence without pausing, because that's
As
gonna
you
be
repeatedly
hard.
have to slam buttons for your bird, cat, and big giant golem dude friend all at the same time, while locking on and while executing enemies with another. Most of your attacks are made.
I've never seen him emote that.
I've never seen him emote.
Amazing.
I've never seen him emote
hurt.
at all. Look at that. Look at that.
You know what? I can see why he deleted the video now.
Do you think this was like the first time he's ever shown like any expression on his face?
Dude, is it too late to ask Baowen to do like a Super Saiyan version of Tonald with the goofy face?
Baowen, wait, yeah, screenshot this, and then I haven't seen Baowen in the chat. I wonder if he left. Baowen, Super Saiyan, bug-eyed, angry Tonald.
Most of your attacks have no cooldown, so everything is kind of like unlimited spammage. I could not believe how much mashing went down when I played this guy, and I damn near had to check.
Hold back, roll back for a bit. What? He said something about cooldowns that I just noticed. Oh, sorry.
Most of your attacks have no cooldown, so everything is kind of like unlimited
Most of his
spammage.
attacks have no cooldown. I don't recall any of the characters having any cooldowns at all. Wait, let me think. Who has a cooldown? I can't think of one. All the characters have all the attacks. You can execute all the attacks with no cooldown. Why V in particular is the point of criticism? That's weird.
Outside of Devil Trigger abilities, bound to a meter.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's see if he says any additional comments then.
Attacks have no cooldown, so everything is kind of like unlimited spammage. I could not believe how much mashing went down when I played this guy, and I damn near had to check myself into the hospital for carpal tunnel.
Wait, what achievement was that?
Not too shabby.
No. Is it a Steam achievement or is it a?
It's a Steam achievement.
I'm pretty sure it's a Steam one.
All right. So he's playing on PC.
Yes, we can confirm that. Yes.
That or the person who got this footage is playing.
It is perform a stylish rank S combo.
Well, there you go.
Mashing went down when I played this guy, and I damn near had to check myself into the hospital for carpal tunnel. Interesting concept, but it just doesn't translate into fun gameplay.
Doesn't translate into fun gameplay. There you go, guys.
Okay.
Sadly, you are required to play either Nero or V for specific missions for about half the game, at which point you have the ability thereafter to select who you want to, depending on the mission. And frankly, I much prefer the merciless slaughtering of Nero and Dante.
Oh, Jesus, Baowen's house is like literally flooding. Like a pipe burst.
Oh, God. No. Oh, God. Oh, wow. That's horrible.
Well, that's bad. I hope he's okay.
Wow, press F. Jesus Christ.
No, don't press F. Everyone, pray for Baowen. Hashtag pray for Baowen.
Yeah, F we use when we don't actually care.
Oh.
I mean, what?
Hopefully he knows how to swim.
Hopefully he knows how to swim.
You see, now they're all pressing F.
Got some prayers in there.
Look what you
got some
did.
Prayers. Yay.
Clog the pipe
flood.
with brew.
Guilty as charged.
Is it F for flood?
F for flood. Oof. Oof.
Two different pray emojis.
Pray for Baowen.
Well, they had to be inclusive for the yellow people.
Yep.
The yellows.
The yellows.
Hello. Oh, wait, when are we getting to part 3 of this video? I'm excited.
To, depending on the mission. And frankly, I much prefer the merciless slaughtering of Nero and Dante. After completing a mission, you'll be able to spin red orbs that you've collected on upgrades in Nico's pimped out van. Upgrades in Devil May Cry 5 come in all varieties of forms, depending on the character too. Each of the 3 characters has a
forms.
I was about to say, they come in all varieties of forms. It's like, you just pick one there. Actually, I'm going to pick that one up. That's a good one. Mine.
Varieties of forms.
Beautiful.
suites of abilities unique to them, although there is some crossover among Nero and Dante's toolkit like dashes, launchers, etc. The upgrades, though, they do feel good.
Etc. Not etc.
You just a Nazi grammar.
Is unique to them, although there is some crossover among Nero and Dante's toolkit like dashes, launchers, etc. The upgrades, though, they do feel good, allowing you to choose how you want to build your character and who you want to focus on. You can upgrade new skills, weapons, boost health, increase mobility.
He did it again.
Okay.
You could upgrade skills, weapons, and it's like, no, you're supposed to inflect differently, Tonald. You gotta sound like a human.
Who you want to focus on.
Let's do it again.
You can upgrade new skills, weapons, boost health, increase mobility.
Weapons boost health and increase mobility. That's what it sounds like he said because he didn't inflect properly. I didn't know weapons boost health. Maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong.
Do they, Appa?
Confirm.
Do the weapons boost your health?
Focus.
Flooded pikeman.
Oh god.
Oh,
On. You can
plug
upgrade
it with a rhino.
It's fine, everyone. It's just a boost pipe. I mean, I hope it's easily fixed, obviously.
skills, weapons, boost health, increase mobility, purchase new abilities for certain members as well. Nero, for example, has Devil Breakers, which are prosthetic arm attachments that give him various special abilities. Picking and choosing which abilities to acquire, it's a real choice here, and it's entirely possible to...
Picking and choosing different... I mean, I can let that go. A lot of people say that.
Okay. Okay.
Choosing is a choice.
which abilities to acquire, it's a real choice here, and it's entirely possible to save up all your orbs for some of the game's more extravagant abilities. I like the choice, I like the freedom, it's a good system. What struck me immediately about Devil May Cry 5 is that the attention character models and epic cinematography. You'll spend a lot of time in Nico's van, upgrading your character, watching cutscenes. It's extremely detailed and incredibly welcoming to the eye. All the voice acting is great, though as I said earlier, the cheese factor is at an all-time high. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, then you won't.
Getting the band back together, huh?
Technically speaking, the graphics look amazing during cutscenes. It's got that very Capcom flavor.
Technically speaking, they look amazing.
Technically speaking, they look amazing.
A very interesting statement.
Epic van cutscenes. What does he mean by they have a Capcom look to them?
Someone pointed out something kind of interesting. Steve achievements, PlayStation controller in the skit, and an Xbox controller in the tryout area.
Well,
Really?
to be fair, he could have
He's
used.
a
He
Renaissance
could use a
man.
PS4 controller.
That's true.
He could use it. He could use a
True.
PS4 controller for his PC.
It is just very strange how
He's
inconsistent
a Renaissance man, Wolf.
We're on to you.
He does it all.
Tonald.
Getting the band back together, huh?
Technically speaking, the graphics look amazing during cutscenes.
Yeah, so to clarify, it's weird to say technically it looks amazing. It's like, don't you just mean it looks amazing? If you want to talk technically about the graphics, you'd probably mention resolution or actual textures, right? I mean,
Texturally, it looks.
it's almost like saying objectively, subjectively, they look amazing. Like, what?
It's got that very Capcom flavor to it, thanks to
What does that
Xavier
mean?
Capcom
What's a
flavor.
Capcom flavor?
You know.
Does
you
Capcom
know.
taste like bubblegum?
Everyone
or...
knows.
Technically speaking, the graphics look amazing during cutscenes. It's got that very Capcom flavor to it, thanks to a bevy of special effects and extremely high polygon count models. Everything has a purpose, and the compositions of that.
Or that's a weird point.
All right, I guess you must have. Yeah, you just know. All right.
high polygons, I guess.
All right. Say it looks nice, man. Just say it looks really good. The hair looks good. The textures are great. People move realistically.
Capcom tastes like a weird grape.
From a
Capcom
technical
quad?
viewpoint. Yeah, so again, to clarify, so it would be like, if you're going to make a technical statement versus a, it looks amazing, is kind of what I'm getting at. It's weird to put those two together. Because, you know, like, if you said the game was upscaled, that's like a technical, critical point. You wouldn't then, you wouldn't say, technically, it looks bad to me. You'd be like, why did you just throw technically in there? That's weird.
Devil May Cry 5 are just beautiful. The game in action also looks great, but slightly less impressive next to the narrative pieces. The visuals in Devil May Cry 5 are good, don't get me wrong, though the colors of the game tend to stay in the ballpark of brown, gray, red, basically for the entire...
I like the inflection
Brown,
again.
gray, red.
You think he's going down and he tricks you. Brown, gray, red.
It's like I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's like
I
that fucking parrot in Citizen Kane.
Brown, green, red. That's racist.
Asleep.
If I were good, don't get me wrong, though the colors of the game tend to stay in the ballpark of brown, gray, red, basically for the entire game. I
Brown,
wish there was
gray,
more
red.
variety, to be honest.
He
to the
really
overall
wanted to stress
experience.
that.
red. I mean,
Red.
there was lots of red on the screen at the time too, so it was suitable.
Red.
Gray,
There's also
red,
white.
Is red.
basically for the entire game. I wish there was more variety, to be honest, to the overall experience in terms of color and scale and locale, as mostly you'll be trekking through city streets, underground environments, and of course, places of demonic hell. While the underworld elements
Places of demonic hell.
The way
Places
the way
of demonic
Yes.
hell. Places of demonic hell.
It's the kind of thing where you have to repeat them back, and then you go, "Oh yeah, that is Tismic." Places.
red rum.
Places of demonic hell. Just say hell.
It's interesting that he's like, building streets and hell. I'm like, oh, there seems to be a decent chunk of things in there. I don't know.
Building streets.
Someone
and
said as
demonic
opposed
hell.
to lovely hell.
Yeah.
scale and locale, as mostly you'll be trekking through city streets, underground environments, and of course,
He said city streets when he was in a building. That's strange.
places of
cities,
demonic
streets,
hell.
or streets, I guess.
Places
While
of
the
demonic
underworld
hell.
elements
So
do look
great.
fantastic, much like the rest of the game, the scale at which they are presented, though, is quite narrow. Levels are small, very self-contained, and some of them repeat textures or even bosses. Though this is for narrative purposes, it still happens. Many levels are
The delivery.
Wait, what?
What he meant to say
still
was,
happens.
though it's for narrative purposes, it still happens. That's what he. That's how you deliver that line. Listen to the way he
Still
delivered that. It's
happens.
so confusing.
The scale at which they are presented, though, is quite narrow. Levels are small, very self-contained, and some of them repeat textures or even bosses. Though this is for narrative purposes, it still happens. Many levels are also
Yeah, that's really weird. The way he transitions between the last sentence and do.
I think
Really, really
inflection's the key word. He keeps fucking it up. Like, he keeps highlighting the wrong parts of sentences.
Okay. We need to go back and play it at 0.5.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
quite narrow. Levels are small, very self-contained, and some of them repeat textures or even bosses. Though this is for narrative purposes, it still happens. Many levels.
It sounds like he started a new sentence. It still happens. And then it's the new sentence. You're like, wait, what? Oh, it's fascinating. I want to be a Tonald scholar.
It's like
Lord,
he becomes enhanced when he's at 0.5 speed. Like you realize what he's trying to do and failing at completely.
Though this is for narrative purposes, it still happens. Many levels are also quite boxed in with artificial barriers of blockage, invisible walls, which require you to find items.
Invisible walls.
Dude, artificial barriers of blockage.
they're not natural barriers.
Artificial
natural
barriers of blockage. That's amazing.
artificial barriers.
I missed that. Play that,
say
please.
that?
Play that.
Yeah, well, I might be wrong. Let's roll it back.
Yeah, go back.
It still happens. Many levels are also quite boxed in with artificial barriers of blockage, invisible.
Thanks for confirming what barriers are.
Barriers of blockage. I hate those barriers of blockage. They're worse than those barriers of
Areas
acid.
areas are boxed in with artificial barriers of blockage. I love that statement. That's amazing.
Artificial barriers of blockage. How do you say that? How do you say that and not think to yourself, there's something wrong here?
I need to note that.
He wrote that. He wrote that out. And then he went back after he wrote it. He thought of it. First he thought of it, then he wrote it down, and then he spoke it. And at none of those three stages did he said, That sounds fucking retarded.
I'm not showing this on stream, but Wolf, you did mention it. I feel like I have to show you because you've requested this, but I'm not gonna
Oh
show it on
no!
stream.
Did someone actually No! Oh no! That's so much worse than I could have ever expected.
He has this,
Oh god.
that's what he wears on his profile picture. The sword and the hood.
He's gonna have it. Looks like he's
Oh
having.
my
Jesus fucking Christ.
Like the cherry that's angry.
Oh my god.
It's not a cherry, it's a tomato.
It's a cherry tomato.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
I can't
chat,
believe someone-
not showing that one up. You can find it on my Twitter.
We can't show it.
Everyone wants to see it. You can't. You have to go. You can find.
Not safe for work.
The stream will literally be taken down if we show
If you
it.
go on my Twitter,
Oh,
search,
yeah.
search
Just
at
go to his
Mauler
Twitter.
on my Twitter. It's like one of the recent posts. You'll know what we're
Isn't
talking
it
about.
in Isn't it in the description? Your Twitter?
Or just retweet it, Mauler.
I'm not retweeting
You
that.
can't link it.
Okay.
What's the link so I can spam it in the chat for him?
No,
No, don't link
do
to
that.
porn. Do
Don't-
not
don't-
link to porn on
don't do that.
YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, let's listen to that incredible sentence one more time.
repeat textures, or even bosses. Though this is for narrative purposes, it still happens. Many levels are also quite boxed in, with artificial barriers of blockage, invisible walls, which require you to find items to bypass them, which I guess is to be expected for a Devil May Cry game, but it does make...
How would you know?
How would you know? You
Yeah.
didn't play. You're not familiar with the.
He said he didn't play any of them, didn't he? Am I missing something?
Oh.
Yeah, well, there's certain things that he knows about Devil May Cry. He doesn't know that it isn't open world, but he knows that there's going to be artificial barriers of blockage. Of course, Devil May Cry has artificial barriers of blockage.
A couple of people saying
one
I
of those
can't find it
games.
on my Twitter. 2 people have liked it. Could I link the profile that uploaded it? Would that be evil?
I don't know.
Hmm.
No,
I don't
that's not
think
as evil,
so.
I guess.
You should be able to find it. If you
Just
search,
don't do it. Don't do it.
like in the search bar, you can search for people who've posted at Mauler. Like that's what I'm referring to. You won't find it on my feed. You'll find it on people who are atting me. I'm pretty sure you can do that on Twitter. But honestly, I'm not giving you guys any more clues than that. Okay, that's all you get.
to bypass them, which I guess is to be expected for a Devil May Cry game, but it does make the game feel a little bit boxy. Overall, I was impressed with the world in
Boxy?
terms of playability, yet I thought there could be a little bit more variety, but the gameplay definitely more than makes up for it. The good news is
playing
I
Well,
experienced...
you're playing on auto, so of course you're expecting more variety. Jesus.
How do you, that? Yeah, I was
A lot
about
of-
to
lot of-
say. How can he ask for variety when he's playing on auto? That doesn't make sense. Like he said. Like,
Yeah. If you're playing on auto, you just play one button. Just one button.
game, but it does make the game feel a little bit boxy. Overall, I was impressed with the world in terms of playability, yet I thought there could be a little bit more variety, but the gameplay definitely more than makes up for it. The good news is I experienced absolutely no problems, no frame rate issues, no crashing, no bugs. In the PC version of the game, it ran basically like a dream, and you can see my specs in the pinned comment. Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another...
I do want to see his specs.
well, we can't see that anymore. We don't know.
Yeah, we can't see that anymore. I know, but
I'm so sorry. I'm sure he has high-end specs. I don't know why he wouldn't.
You can see my specs in the pinned comment. Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems, one in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist. Devil May Cry 5 tosses all of that to the
I need to
What
hear
an
that
odd
again.
sentence.
yeah.
Confused.
Go, yeah,
Five is
go
a
back
throwback
and read it once or twice.
action game from another generation, it seems, one in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to
Fucking hell, Tonald. Like,
Wow, every single element of those have existed in old games.
not only that,
before.
but the,
Yeah.
the inflection again threw me off completely.
Oh, the sentence doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
God damn, do we need to write this one out?
comment. Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems, one in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never
does that
Player
sentence make
choice
sense?
is
Does that
player
sentence make
Whoa,
sense?
whoa, whoa.
is
Yeah.
huge.
That sentence makes sense. Write that.
Player
Write that.
choice is huge, branching
Wait,
dialogue.
Maybe we need to play it in slow-mo again.
Okay,
Yeah. Please do it. Please
We'll play
do.
in slow-mo
Please
and
do.
I'll try and
I need
write it out as well. I'm gonna play this in... Yeah, 0.5 should be enough.
Yep.
It's in the pinned comment.
Okay, don't laugh.
Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue.
Okay, he's already... Give me a sec, I'm trying to write
Okay, oh, I've got it.
Okay.
Five is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist. Devil May Cry 5 tosses
I
all
think
that.
this
All right,
is
yeah,
what
pause it. Okay, I've got it written down. He says, this is what he says. Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist.
I think Apaben got what he was actually trying to say was choices, but it did sound like he said choice.
Yeah,
is.
he choices.
I think he was saying player choices, but he still fucked it up. One in which open world games,
That doesn't
player
make sense either.
choices, huge branching dialogue. Christ.
No. I think he does say player choice is. Let me explain.
Okay.
Oh, he says a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist.
Oh my god, I think you're right. I think that's what he was actually trying to say.
It could be.
Say it again.
Okay.
All right.
Ran
Devil May Cry
basically
5
like a dream.
is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge. Branching dialogue never seems to exist. So put a comma after huge. Player choice is huge, comma, branching dialogue never seems to... We shouldn't have to do this.
Is it one in which... Is it one in which, comma, open world games, semicolon, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist? Is that what he's going for?
There wouldn't be a comma after which. In which open world games, comma, player choice is huge, comma, branching dialogue never seems to exist. Because we're starting from a fundamentally flawed premise, which is that this sentence is retarded.
I'm so confused.
But we're trying to kind of... I think we've got it here. Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist.
There's a really weird slip of sentence of player choices.
Yeah. So if going in, understanding that that's what he's trying to say, let's listen to how he says it.
Or that makes up for it.
I'll speed him up.
The good news is I experienced absolutely no problems, no frame rate issues, no crashing, no bugs. In the PC version of the game, it ran basically like a dream, and you can see my specs in the pinned comment. Devil May Cry 5 is a throwback action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue never seems to exist.
He just goes up and down with different words.
Wow.
He
doesn't understand basic English.
So he's saying
insane.
open world games, player choices, and huge branching dialogue are things that don't exist. That's what he wants to say.
Shrug.
That's what he wants to achieve with that sentence. It's just the way he splits it up makes it so weird to understand. Last time I
Throwback
swear.
action game from another generation, it seems. One in which open world games, player choice is huge, branching dialogue.
Yeah, I think the big fuck up is that he says player choice is instead of player choice is. Like the gap fucks everything up.
Never seems to exist. Devil May Cry 5 tosses all of that to the side while giving players a style of game that mostly has been forgotten in time. And for the most part, it does a great job. The enemy design, especially the bosses, are amazing and detailed to a disturbingly demonic level. Moment-to-moment comboing is almost always satisfying, and there's a great amount of mechanical feedback that makes the combat feel really nice.
Really nice.
It makes it feel...
Okay.
Oh.
Really nice.
Did you guys ever have it in school where they'd, if ever you used nice to describe something, they'd be like, you have to change that, never use nice?
Yeah.
They'd be like, nice is the lazy person's way of being like, it's a thing. It's nice. A lot of people get offended when you describe their thing as nice, because they'll just be like, do you not care? But it's okay, Tonald.
like,
I forgive you.
Yeah, it's like fill in a blank word.
You guys are putting more effort in figuring out only one sentence that you put in the entire review.
You should hire
fascinating.
EFAP as
We
his
will find out
writing
where-
team. We'll get on it. We'll nail it.
A great amount of mechanical feedback that makes the combat feel really nice. You can even hone your craft in the game's training and skill testing arena called The Void. And the music is just downright great, which is mostly bumping metal tunes that perfectly harmonize into the game's demonic setting. But like most games, it also has flaws. There's too many interruptions. The game
Whoa! Audio.
The interruptions is still a freaking
what a
stupid.
strange audio
I was gonna,
change.
did you hear that? He sounds really different.
Yeah.
Hold on,
It also
play it
has
again.
Okay.
Yeah, play it again.
There's too many interruptions.
Okay, wait, I gotta go further back.
Okay. Roll back.
Game's demonic setting. But like most games, it also has flaws. There's too many interruptions. The game is often extremely button mashy.
It sounds like he added it in post.
I think so, yeah. I think he added it in post. Sorry, let's make sure we hear him now for realsies.
most games, it also has flaws. There's too many interruptions. The gameplay is often extremely button mashy and sometimes repetitive. The level design, for the most part, is predictable and uninspired. And the game.
So yeah, I just gotta highlight the fact that he says he's criticized as being button mashy and he's playing on auto, which is the big problem everyone had with this.
Well,
Honestly,
to be fair, he showed V's gameplay, which does a lot of button mashing.
Oh yeah, I think the criticism was that he got the impression. In addition, I mean, the fact is he took this down, so I'm assuming he didn't realize.
What's wrong with button mashing, though?
Because if it's like only one, if it's only like
boring,
one button, it
maybe?
doesn't. Yeah, boring. It's just.
He may have
just
found it
one
boring.
button.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
just one button?
Yeah,
Repetitive.
but then
The
again,
level
he's playing on auto too, so.
Design, for the most part, is predictable and uninspired. And the game is quite short. But outside of those qualms, I definitely enjoyed my time with it
How
from a
short?
moment-to-moment basis. Devil May Cry 5.
About 11 hours.
That's pretty good. 11 hours for a single player game is pretty decent.
Enjoyed
I
my-
beat it a
one that
single
you're
day,
going to
but yeah.
You're
Well,
obsessed,
normal
though.
people won't.
You're a nerd.
time with it from a moment-to-moment basis. Devil May Cry 5 will cost you $60 at launch, and it ran me a total playtime of about 12 to 13 hours. You can extend that length by about 5 hours if you search out secret missions, but in terms of replayability, there's not too much here. I wasn't blown away with
A lot of people are very upset by that comment. Anything to say, Appaband? Replayability?
About
What?
About the replayability?
What about?
I don't know.
No replayability?
Well, you said little replayability. I think.
With the replayability, well, if you don't want to play the hard difficulty, yeah, there isn't one. Well, I suppose there is the DLC, the was it the Palace DLC, the Bloody Palace
DLC count as
DLC? That's gonna be multiplayer.
wouldn't replayability just mean like how often you want to keep playing it again, like how much you liked it?
Well, a lot of people will refer like so replayability is like in Dark Souls, be like, oh, I can fight all of the enemies, but a boosted health bars. But with now my new kit, that's great for replayability. Some people might argue that's boring. It's different with every game, right? But yeah, I imagine that if you can choose different difficulties, then there's a bit of replayability there for sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I just judge it.
There's a lot of new difficulty modes in Devil May Cry. Like there's one where, yeah, there is one where you can.
I was just
sorry,
going
what?
to say quickly that is it what he's probably referencing is like there wasn't, since it's so linear, there's no choices you can make that'll change.
Yeah,
up the game.
you know what? Let's roll back. Let's roll back for a bit.
12 to 13 hours. You can extend that length by about 5 hours if you search out secret missions, but in terms of replayability, there's not too much here. I wasn't blown away with this game, but I generally had.
I mean, that's the
Okay,
comment.
so in terms of replayability, there's not too much here. No, that's not right. There's a lot of replayability, especially if you want to get all the S ranks in all the levels, and if you play to other difficulties. There are so many other difficulties. I think there was that Heaven or Hell mode where you basically one-hit kill all the enemies, but you also get one-hit kill. And then there's also Hell and Hell mode where you where enemy one-hit kills you, but you needs to defeat them normally. So yeah, there's a lot of difficulties.
New difficulties, loads of skills you can't unlock on a first playthrough, branching character paths, secret missions, no replayability. Okay, yeah, sounds like he was unaware of these things because there's no way he wouldn't have mentioned all of those. Loads of skills you can. I'm interested in that one. So there's skills that you can unlock on future playthroughs. Is that because of a lack of like currency or?
Yes, lack of currency. There's a new taunt. There's a taunt mode that costs like, I forgot, it costs like 100,000 orbs or something. But it costs much basically.
That's cool. Yeah, you kind of fucked that up.
A good time. The narrative was good once it got going. I loved the characters. It was charming. The dialogue was superb, and the gameplay was
the verdict.
solid when the game stopped interrupting.
Fans go ahead and buy it, or the
fencers
fencers wait for a small sale. I'd say buy it anyway.
What a terrible way to type that out. Fans go ahead and buy it, on the fencers wait for.
On the fencers wait for a small sale.
If you read that as one sentence, and buy it on the fences.
Well, I thought it was one sentence. There wasn't like a period or a dash or a comma or anything.
Oh, 3 periods,
go
not
ahead and
bad.
buy it on the fencers.
Like it should be.
Yeah.
It should be fans, comma, go ahead and buy it. Period. On the fencers, comma, wait for a small sale. Period.
I would put dashes in on the fencers. On dash the dash fencers.
Yeah, that would work too.
And I would put like little like dots or something, or little
I see what
dashes before each of the two lines too. It's like fans, like dash space fans.
Well, hey, at least he said small sale.
Equal or semicolon or colon.
Wait for a small
go ahead
sale.
And buy it. Dash space
Like-
on dash
well, like-
the dash fencers.
What about a large sale? He's
Wait
like,
for a
no.
small sale.
Oh.
Like 10% off or 20%. What a small sale?
And even then, you're fans and on the fencers. What a strange way to.
Yeah, what about the
On
isn't
the
there a normal
fencers.
wouldn't there be one more category by definition of those two categories?
Like, do you mean DMC fans or fans of action games or fans of like specifically Devil May Cry fans or fans of the genre?
Buy it and sit on the fence.
I don't remember. We've covered a couple of his videos. I don't remember him saying the vid. Have we covered his reviews before? Does he usually do this? The vid.
I think he mostly does essays.
Yeah. Remember, he did this at the end of the Grand Theft Auto 5 video, and he asked that like chick tract style question about if it failed or not.
It sounds like he's
Have
using
you accepted
terrible
Jesus
grammar.
into your heart?
It sounds like he's using terrible grammar to tell you to buy a stolen copy from a fence.
I can
Buy it on
Buy
the
it on the fencers.
recommend this game to
Get it from them.
fans who know that they love this franchise. So there it is, guys. There's my very high-level review of Devil May
Did he?
My high level review.
He's joking, right? What does high level mean in this context?
This is my very high level intellectual gaming community galaxy brain.
Did he
here.
really say that? I gotta listen to that again, guys.
Yes.
Listen for the joke. Is it a joke? I need to know this.
I can recommend this game to fans who know that they love this franchise. So there it is, guys. There's my very high-level review of Devil May Cry 5.
Wow.
Pretty good game.
It doesn't sound like
It's
a joke.
not even 11 minutes long.
Oh my god. I love he says his high level review and
How-
then the gameplay.
how
he's
can I
playing on
actually-
notes.
How can I, in 2020, say this is my high-level review and it'll be a quote?
Oh, this is my high level review.
Holy shit! I
Like
can't
every
believe you said
week,
that.
I make a review of a game for exclusively games.
Are they high level?
And it's 10 to 15 minutes long. And I actually went a little bit over with my 7 Days to Die review that he put out yesterday. I would never consider a high level review that's not even 11 minutes long.
high level.
Like let me put it this way: what if you watch this review? This game is all about combat. What have you learned about the combat from this review?
I haven't learned much
Give,
about
like,
the game.
legitimate question. Really think about it for just a few moments. After this video that we've watched, what have you learned about the combat from this game that focuses almost entirely on combat?
Well, there are upgrades.
You know, I knew nothing about Devil May Cry going in, and still know nothing coming out of this video.
I don't understand, Wolf. This is a high-level review.
It's a high level
He
review.
uses auto mode and he says it's a high level.